What's up guys, it's Edwin with the collection, and finally got around to, for the end of the year, set this up, the room tour of 2024. There's been many changes to the collection over time. It's been about, I think, 2 years since I actually did a room tour. It's been quite a long time. There's been pieces that have left the collection. There's been a few that have been added, changes to a couple of lines, and some that have stayed in the collection for a while now. As always, trying to filter out the pieces that are going to stay in the lines that I'm trying to set, and looking out to others that are going to come in the future, but definitely have to sell a few as well. As with everybody else, it's crazy, but you know, it's just the space that is always an issue. So some amazing pieces will be going out of the collection and some others will come in. So happy to do this room tour for you guys, and let's get started. Let's get going. All right, let's get this going. This is basically my office as you come into it. This is where I do all of my UI UX and I work remote. I'm surrounded by all of my pieces here, all of my statues that I love the most. Really, these are the main lines that I've been collecting for quite a few years now. I believe it's been about 4 years total, maybe a little bit over that. And over time, I was able to get some of these amazing pieces, as you can see. Very happy where the collection is at the moment. Obviously, I'm pretty much out of space. I have this room and part of a room upstairs, which I'll be showing you in a little bit as well. So, but eventually things are going to change too in the future. There are a couple of lines, especially on the LBS lines, that are going to be coming in and maybe changing a little bit of some of these sections here on the room, but just giving you a look at how this looks right now. There's been some pieces here that have been with me for quite a few years. Some of them actually since I started collecting, like the Austrian, as you can see. Just a few DC pieces, not many. I kind of filter out a lot of them, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, but there's just been a lot of filtering, which I think it comes to a point where you have to do that to be able to just keep the items that you like the most, because there's just not enough space. So that's going to be happening also this basically the next year, the beginning of the year, first quarter. There's going to be some changes here. Like I said, there's going to be LBS pieces that are going to be, there's going to be L pieces that are be, there's going to be LBS pieces that are coming in to the collection, which are going to be on this section. All right, let's talk about the specific pieces real quick. But this is my Transformers line, and of course this is Optimus Prime there from Xmen Studios. Awesome piece, beautiful colors. I think they did a great job on this guy with a couple of different switch outs. This is how I have it at the moment, but definitely an amazing piece. As we move on to the next piece, you're looking at Grimlock. This is definitely one massive piece. I absolutely love how it looks. It just really takes a lot of attention of the whole room here, just because of how massive, how tall it is, how wide. This really looks, and it has the footprint of the Hulkbuster from Xmen Studios. Absolutely love this piece. It's just an incredible piece in the collection. So that's another Transformer, and you can see the pieces that came with each one. Another piece from the Xmen Studios Transformers. This one's got to be, to me, one of my favorites, definitely, and very impressive when you see this in person, obviously, because it's so the colors are really vibrant, the pose is really nice, and also the cape that he has is just very impressive. I absolutely love this piece. It's very hard to let this go, and it's been on the collection for a few years now. This is the latest piece that I got from the Transformers line, Soundwave. A little bit smaller compared to the others, but I think it is in scale. Just it would have been better if it was a little bit bigger to fit in a little bit more with the others, but it's not that bad. The colors are really nice on this, and obviously the additional pieces that he has around here make this a really cool statue for sure. The next piece is, as you can see, Megatron, and this one actually they did a very good job to portray him, how he looks like. He has a couple of portraits, he has definitely a couple of switch outs there. As you see, the mace that he has, how I have it set up at the moment, the base is really nice and colorful as well, just like the others. Nice statue for sure, and hard to let this go. I had gotten a couple of people that wanted it. This one, a couple others also, but it's difficult to let these pieces go from the collection. Let's talk about the Lord of the Rings. You can see here Sauron. It's really, really tall. pretty big space that it needs to be displayed, but it's really amazing. They did a great job, Prime One Studios, on having this guy, the way they set him up, also with that base that has a lot of the skulls and other instruments there on the base there. So it's really, my wife definitely loves the piece. Her favorite though is this guy, Sauron. She really loved how this looked, especially the kings there on the base. When she saw that, she definitely wanted this, so I had to get it. This is her more favorite piece in the trio here. And then we have Gandalf against Beast there. Really nice statue, a little big and difficult to display a little bit since you got to display at an angle, but very impressive how it looks when you have it also light up. So this is part of the Lord of the Rings. There's a couple of other pieces that we're thinking about. The problem is always space. We'll see if we can fit it in there, but it's pretty beautiful statues for sure on this line. We move on to one of my favorite characters in the collection, Spider-Man. As you see in the back, Sideshow. In the front you see Green Goblin. This is also a piece that's been with me for a very long time. To me, one of the best portraits there. It's a great looking statue, even though a lot of people don't like the base, but I think it's pretty cool. So for now, it's still sticking around into the collection there. Moving on, we have Spider-Man 2099. This one actually, it's kind of a little bit off from this line. That's something that maybe eventually might leave the collection to allow a space for maybe Electro to come in. So we'll see, but I still like it. It's really nice. I think the paint application is definitely good on this one. Moving on to Mysterio, XM Studios piece that has been around for a long time. I got this pretty much close to when it was released. Beautiful statue for sure, and I think it was the best Mysterio around. Another piece that I absolutely love also from XM Studios, this is Dr. Octopus, and for me also was a day one PO for this. I absolutely love this, and I think it's the best option as far as Dr. Octopus goes. And here's this Spider-Man from Iron Studios from the movie Avengers. It's a really cool statue that I liked a lot, but it doesn't go along with the remaining Spider-Man line, so eventually might have to leave the collection. So it might be up for sale soon. Moving on to this amazing Spider-Man custom piece with Venom, as you can see. I actually missed out on getting this because I wasn't part of the group, but I was able to find it from a local collector. And when I saw it, I definitely thought that I needed to have this in the collections. That's, for me, one of the best dioramas there is there of Spider-Man. That awesome tendrils there that Venom has. So it's seeing this in person is a lot more impressive and a lot wider. You can't really tell from the video. It's an amazing piece. I'm very happy to have that in collection. And next to it is Prime One, the Venom statue here that's been with me for a little bit now, a couple of years. I think definitely the portraits are really impressive on this thing. It really looks to me, also a very nice statue that goes well next to the diorama there. Moving on to the X-Men, this is the XM Studios White Magneto. It's been with me also for a period of time. I really like that one, but I have another Magneto coming in that might actually take over that space. Here's Apocalypse that I missed out also at the beginning when this PO, but to me, one of the best Apocalypses there. It's really impressive. The base has that Egyptian looking hieroglyphics and all that. It looks really cool. So happy to have this in the collection as one of the villains there. So this is one of the newest pieces in the collection, and I really like this custom statue. And as you can see, it's Weapon X inside the cylinder there, as he was in the comics and how he came out of that. I had the XM Studios one, but eventually I sold it because I knew I was going to get this custom. I was lucky enough to get on it. Definitely very happy to have this in the collection. It's very impressive and very unique. Let's move on to the additional X-Men here. As you see, a piece that I don't think is going to leave the collection. It's an amazing piece, the XM Studios the Dark Phoenix, and this one has a couple of switch outs on the portrait. Kind of small footprint, but definitely really good looking for sure. Impressive statue that is holding its value, so probably stick around in the collection there. Then we have Sideshow Cable, which to me definitely an impressive piece. A lot of people like this. I definitely had to pick this up just the way it's been set up. I think it's pretty menacing how he has the two big weapons there. So very good looking statue. XM Studios Gambit had to come to the collection as well just to be part of the X-Men here. I like the fact that it has two torsos there. You can set them up different ways. So very nice statue here. Sideshow Wolverine, it's also been with me for a while. Really nice, good looking statue, definitely with two portraits there as you saw. And the color scheme is very nice on this one. I had to have Storm, definitely one of my favorite characters on the X-Men, the 90s X-Men. I'm looking for the black one with the mohawk maybe. But definitely this one I like a lot, even though it's simple. I wish they had an EX version of this, maybe additional portrait. It would have been good, but I'm pretty happy the way it came out. So I like how they look so far. I do have a Mystique, a custom piece, but the base came out broken. I have to fix it in order to display it. Two more X-Men pieces here. Always you have to have a Gambit in an X-Men collection. Definitely this one was one of the best ones from Sideshow here. Really nice, small little base, but the way the statue was sculptured, kind of like an action pose, and the portraits are pretty good, so I'm happy with that. And Rogue, what can you say about Rogue? She's definitely a beauty next to Gambit. They gotta go together. You gotta have both of them together there, and obviously the 90s portrait is the one to display there. So happy with those two guys, and that is the complete X-Men collection so far. Moving on to some of the 1/5 scale statues that I have in the collection, the Masters of the Universe. Definitely nostalgia for me when I was a kid. Here is Xmen from Sideshow and Twitterhead. Really nice and kind of not so big and bulky statues here. That's why they can actually hang on that shelf there, four of them. I have He-Man, I have Skeletor, and I have a couple of the pieces I'll be showing in a little bit. Definitely continuing that line because they did a great job to it, even though they have some issues there, the way they're running the company a little bit, but I like what they do. This is also Sideshow. I'm not sure if it's Twitter. I think it's just Sideshow did the Battle Cats, looking at Lionel. Obviously, next to him, you always have to have Mumra, and this one is definitely one of the best ones. Even though they're 1/5 scale, I think they're pretty good. Mumra is definitely better than Lionel. Hopefully they can reissue one that I can change that one, but for now I'm pretty happy to have the representation of both of those knights that I like a lot. Blitzway's astronaut statue that has been with me pretty much since the beginning when I started collecting about 4 years ago. Amazing statue and represents space and NASA and definitely some of the subjects that I definitely love. But it looks really cool as he's actually floating in space, and I was lucky to get that display and it looks really good in there. Happy to have it in the collection. I don't think it's going to be leaving. I absolutely love it. And now it's pretty much hard to find. I know they have another version as well. Moving on to just a few of the DC pieces that I have in the collection. Besides my vehicles, definitely love the Dark Knight movies. That's my Batman, my only Batman really. So that's why I had to have the representation of movies here with Ledger and Batman Bale there from Queen Studios. Really nice combination. I like this one a lot because they're both together and they don't take a lot of space, and they're definitely very nice. That's the Uda here. This one is the Blitzway and Prime 1 Ledger as well, which I really like. They did a good job there. And Bermejo has to be in the collection as well. I think they did an amazing job with the different portraits there. Just an amazing representation of the comic there. So these are the Marvel Cosmic characters in the collection right now, and you can see we have a couple of Thanos, we have Lady Death, and let me zoom in first to the Silver Surfer black version. This is a custom statue that came to the collection I think last year. A really huge box that it came in, but this thing is really impressive in person. That portal looks really cool as if it's really coming out of it. There is some gradient colors there of purple with the black, and it just looks like it's actually in motion. Just a beautiful statue overall, very impressive in person, just really big. He definitely got a lot of space to display that statue. Next to him you find Thanos on throne from Sideshow, which has been with me since the beginning of collecting. Really nice overall statue, has a lighter feature, and the back looks really cool, a lot of detail. Then we have Thanos and Lady Death, the XM Studio pieces that have so much detail, especially Thanos on his gear and his whole outfit. Just impressive for sure. Beautiful statue, and I'm glad they're in the collection. We'll see if both of these Thanos stay in the collection. It's going to be a little hard to keep them because of space. Definitely one of the highlights of the collection has got to be the Master of the Universe Xmen on Battle Cat. This guy looks impressive in person. Beautiful statue, and I just got noticed the Skeletor and Panther are coming through very soon, so they're gonna look amazing together. Beautiful statue for sure. I'm definitely glad to have this in the collection. Cannot wait until you can actually display them together. Two additional pieces from the Master of the Universe Tweeterhead 1/5 scale. This is Hordak. This is, I believe, the variant edition. Really nice colors on this. Very cool design overall. Tweeterhead definitely did a good job on this one. Glad to have it in the collection. And next to him, you see Merman. I think one of the highlights of that whole line. Really nice base, as if he's coming out of that swamp. Very accurate stuff, as they did also with the color scheme and just the details that this has overall on his whole body. Really cool. The highlight definitely has to be the portraits that he has. So I'm very happy to have this as part of the Master of the Universe line. I have a couple of additional pieces that are going to be coming in very soon. And here's another statue that I absolutely love. He's right now all by himself in another part of the house, and it's the XM Studio Ghost Rider on the bike. Very impressive piece, definitely very long piece. It takes a lot of space to display, but very impressive overall. Beautiful statue for sure, and I'm glad I have it in the collection. It's been around for a long time, but still holds up to me as one of the best Ghost Rider statues out there. There's a couple of new ones out there, but I don't think they measure up. Happy to have this in the collection. So let's move on to the vehicle collection. As you can see, there's been some additional vehicles that have been added to the collection since my last update. Absolutely love how it looks now. At the moment, you see I have a few of the vehicles here, 1/6 scale. I'm looking to get a much bigger display so I can house them all, since some of these are a little bit larger than the current display that I have. And there's a couple other pieces that just arrived to the collection that need to fit all together. But I love how it looks so far. So let's take a look a little bit more in detail on each one. So let's start with the 1995 Jazz Inc. Batmobile. This one has a really very nice bluish light up display. I did a review so you can see that there, but very impressive for sure, with the wing all the way in the back there, and the other two looks very nice. One of the best Batmobiles, definitely just added to the collection not long ago. So we move on to the 1966 Jazz Inc. Batmobile. Definitely very unique type of vehicle, this one from the original Batman series there. Really cool looking overall. I really like the different lines on this one, more straight, and it has that old school vibe, but really beautiful paint application by Jazz Inc. here. For overall, a lot of details in it. I'll be doing a review on this very soon. I'm happy to have this in the collection, another Batmobile. Moving on to one of the original vehicles that I had in the collection. I think I started with this one, is the 1989 Batmobile. My favorite design, definitely from all the Batmobiles that are in the collection. This is the Hot Toys version. I definitely like how it looks, just the unique design that it has. Definitely caught my attention as far as the design, so I had to have this in the collection. Really unique curves and beautiful design, obviously, on the 1989 Batmobile. I know that there is a Jazz Inc. version that's a little bit better than this. Many would say much better, but we'll see if we can exchange it in the future. For now, I'm happy with the Hot Toys. No vehicle collection could be without the DeLorean. This is the Hot Toys first movie from Back to the Future. Beautiful design on this, obviously. Absolutely love this vehicle. It was one of the first ones that I had in the collection, and I don't think it's going to be leaving at all. Hot Toys did release version 2 or version 3. I do like version 2 that is floating, but I don't know if there's enough differences to actually add it to the collection. So far, it'll be just this one, but definitely happy that it's part of the collection for sure. Another iconic piece that needs to be in any 1/6 scale vehicle collection is the Ecto-1 from the Ghostbusters movie. Oh, very impressive, very long vehicle for sure, but absolutely beautiful, and I definitely love to have this in the collection. It's from Blitzway. I'm just looking out for the 4 figures that were announced by them. Hopefully they'll come out soon, and I'll be able to get them so I can complete the collection here. And here's the 89 Tumbler. Very impressive, very wide wheels there. A lot of details on this vehicle that is also part of the collection. I haven't been able to display him yet all together, just because I'm looking for a display that's gonna fit them all. But I definitely like this one, that since the Batman 89 is my favorite Batman. And this is the latest addition to the collection of the vehicles 1/6 scale. Absolutely insane how big this Batwing from Jazz Inc. is. It's about almost 5 feet wide. Really crazy, but an amazing piece. I'm definitely very happy to have this in the collection and add it to the other vehicles. I just need a display that's going to be able to house all of them. It's definitely going to be a huge display, but definitely worth it to have unboxed this just now so I can see them all together. Amazing, beautiful. The wingspan is just incredible. A lot of details that Jazz Inc. has put into this vehicle, and all the paint, some of the scuffs. I'm going to be doing a review fairly soon, but I'm just impressed on how this looks, and all together are just going to look amazing. It's just about finding the right display to be able to have all of these incredible 1/6 scale vehicles. And that's a quick look at all of the vehicles together, and just wow, how incredible this Batwing is. I'm very impressed and happy. So that's it. That's the whole collection right there. As you can see, I'm hoping that I can get just one more vehicle once I have all of them in one display. I'm looking for the Jazz Inc. Justice League. That will be the pretty much last one to be able to fit in a big display altogether. With that, I'll pretty much be happy with all of the vehicle collection. Okay, so this is the second room that houses the collection, and as you can see, there are different lines including Star Wars, Zelda, some video game pieces. There are some hot toys here as well. On this side, I have my wife's collectibles. She's into Disney and some other lines there, as you can see, along with some video game pieces. As you can see up there, I have some of the Marvel Thanos line there. Additional pieces there on top as well. So basically, this is the second room that houses additional pieces and other lines, which I'm very happy to have in the collection. There's so many great pieces out there, so it's hard to contain, and space is always an issue. So let's go a little bit more in detail on each section here. Getting started with the Star Wars line. This piece from XM Studios, both of them actually from XM Studios. The Darth Maul is jumping from this speedster there, really very dynamic. Then I have the Boba Fett from XM Studios as well. Love that piece. And continuing with the Star Wars line, we have this custom Boba Fett on throne. Definitely limited statue here, only 80 pieces. It's a very impressive in person, this, and a very big statue, as you can see. Impressive for sure, and very cool looking statue from Boba Fett. Next to him, we got the Mandalorian along with Grogu. This is an Iron Studios piece, quarter scale. Very nice statue. I like this one better than the sideshow because of the way that they're actually walking. So overall, very nice display here. Both of them related from the Mandalorian. And in the back, as you can see, we have the Hot Toys Grogu statue. Nice. I used to have the sideshow one as well, but I thought this one's better. From the Mandalorian, as you can see, very cool custom piece. It's a custom piece that has a light up feature, really nice, also very well done and sculpture. The actual portrait looks very much like her. Next to her, a piece that really, it's a little out of place. It's another DC piece. I like the Jokers a lot, and this one is a Tweeterhead quarter scale statue, basically on throne. Beautiful statue with a lot of details there, as you see on the base. Alright, we start with this section of the Zelda statue collection here, and we start with these two, which are a pair of the young Link and the young Zelda, which are two custom pieces from different studios. They go really well together. This one here, actually, Link was very hard to find, limited edition. It does have a music box, the music feature there, which is really nice, hard to find. It was very low edition. And same thing with Zelda. I'm actually going to do a review very soon of this statue that just came in. Both of them come with the additional torso there, so you can actually switch them out, playing the Ocarina of Time there, as you see. But overall, very nice statues, and they look very well together. On the other side, one of the latest statues that came into the collection here from the latest Nintendo Switch video game here, and it's Link with two torsos. It has a light up feature on the base. Overall, really nice. It looks just like the video game. Like I said, two torsos. This one is upholding the sword, which is actually all metal. Very impressive, a little heavy, but very nice overall. And when this is light up, looks really impressive. I'm also doing a review very soon of this one. Alright, let's go with this section of the Zelda collection. There are different pieces here from different video games of Zelda, just mixed up here. We'll look first at Ganon, and Ganon looks really good. He just came into the collection recently, and the representation of this guy compared to the game is very, very nice from this custom company. Beautiful design overall, and that cape is also very impressive, and they did a great job with this guy as well. Piece that goes along with this statue is Link here, adult Link, that actually they did a pretty good job also representing him from the video game with some of the base that has additional items there, as you can see. Very nice overall statue added to the collection. In the back you see the statue quarter scale of Majora's Mask, as you see. Very nice, very good looking statue for sure, and very colorful. I like how it looks, and this is definitely one that I was looking for because it was only the first 4 figures. We actually went for a lot of money, and it was a lot smaller than this one, so this one I really like a lot. I also do have another one from another studio that I'll be showing sometime soon, but we'll see which one will stay in the collection. But so far this one is a great representation of it. And here in the front is Link from one of the newer video games, kind of like a cartoon like Link. Very nice small statue and easy to display. I really like this one. So this statue is also available a little bit smaller scale. In the back you can see Midna, and it's a really small statue. It doesn't take a lot of space to display her. This one's actually from First World Figures, one of the last pieces that I've gotten from them. They really haven't done any new statues really from Zelda other than the PDCs, but glad she's in the collection. Another section of the Zelda collection, and we have 2 custom pieces, starting with this one that is Link on the horse. This horse is actually very impressive, very big. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it's a pretty wide statue overall. The base is very heavy, at least the bottom part, and he's on a hill. And as you can see, the colors are really nice on this statue. Overall, great design, great sculpture on it. Very happy to have this in the collection. It's a custom piece, and not many. I believe there's only 100 pieces if I'm not mistaken. But beautiful statue, and they did a good job to have the presence with such a big horse there. Next to him is this Elkin Studio Link statue, somewhat simple but very nice. I like how they did the shield, and it looks really pretty good overall. A very nice statue and a good addition to the collection. In the back there's a Force 4 figures from Breath of the Wild video game. So you can see definitely a good statue, but not as good as the custom next to him. I'm pretty sure this statue is part PVC and part polystone, as it's a little light, but still it's a really nice sculpture. It looks pretty good, pretty similar to the video game for sure. They just made a lot of pieces. 5,000 editions are just a little too high for me, but still it's a pretty good statue, and it looks pretty good next to the other custom. So here are the last 2 pieces of the collection, and they bring a lot of nostalgia. Since I played a lot of Nintendo, definitely love these pieces. And it's from First 4 Figures, Mario on Yoshi, and Bowser. Really cool Bowser there with that whole flame. That's the exclusive. It became hard to find still nowadays. Beautiful statues, and I'm happy to have them in the collection. There's a couple of more statues that will come from custom studios related to Mario in the future, so the collection might grow. So that's a look at the end of the year of 2024 and how the collection is at the moment. There's definitely going to be changes coming up early next year, with a lot of pieces going out and new ones coming into the collection. As always, filtering as much as possible, but happy how I have the collection at the moment. So that's it guys, thanks a lot for checking out the video. Like, share as always.